This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
The putt is online. It's trailing closer. Could it go in? Is it long enough? Could it go in? Scores. Nick Taylor wins the Canadian Open.
Pretty exciting.
I didn't say this on the air. Can I say this on the podcast?
I'm sure you can.
RBC Canadian Open in general. Nick Taylor in particular. I am 60 years old and I take cholesterol medicine.
Okay.
Could you not make it so exciting and drag me through 4 playoff holes, please? Because I couldn't take it yesterday. I couldn't take it. I'm too old for that. Make it obvious you're going to win.
Okay. I was just going to ask.
Oh, my gosh.
At any point, was it obvious that he was going to win?
No,
or he could win? Or there's a when did it become a possibility?
When the ball was in the hole.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He bogeyed 16.
I don't know what that means. You need to say it.
I had a little bit of cash on Bet365. He was going to win the Canadian Open after his round on Saturday. Not a lot, but enough to make it interesting that I really wanted him to win. And then I saw they were going to let me cash out at an outrageous amount of money. So I said, oh, we must be winning. So when I checked the score, the leaderboard, early Sunday afternoon, I think it was through 6 or 7 holes, he had a 2-shot lead.
Okay.
They had a 2-shot lead at the turn, so going to the back 9.
Okay.
And then things
Nobody else had a 2-shot lead?
No, he's got a 2-shot lead over everybody.
Okay.
So he's up 2 shots on everybody.
Okay, nobody else has one, though. Like, it's not like he's tied at 2 shots
No,
ahead.
then he wouldn't have a 2-shot lead. He'd be tied. So he's got a 2-shot lead. He's up all by himself.
All by himself.
All by himself. Nobody nearby. And then I checked with about 3 holes to go, and he was tied. So somebody caught him, and he backed up a little bit. And then he bogeyed 16.
What does that mean?
Well, shit. So it means he lost a shot. That's correct.
Okay.
So now he's a shot back. He's back of, I'm not even sure who had the lead at that point, but he was a shot back.
So he's down a shot.
He's down a shot with 2 holes to go.
Okay.
Then he birdied 17.
Was he one of the last golfers of the day, too?
No, great question. He was not in the last group.
Because it's great to get excited, but if other golfers are still playing, then they're still, okay.
But they were 4 and 5 shots back, so they're not going to be able to make it all up.
Okay.
They're not going to go eagle to catch him.
So he's a shot back.
Shot back. Birdie 17. Now he's tied for the lead, 1 under par. So now he's tied for the lead going into 18, which is a par 5. And hits it over the back of the green into stuff that looks like my hair in the morning. It's just this awful ball gripping rough that looked just gross. You couldn't even see the ball on television practically. You had to get on top of it with the camera.
Okay.
He's got to get up and down to make birdie, otherwise, because
And what is birdie?
1 under par. So Tommy Fleetwood at this point, he's I think 3 holes behind him, just a shot back. But they're easier holes because Nick's been able to make it up. It's like Tommy Fleetwood. So anyway, Nick makes birdie. He gets up and down on 18 to make birdie to take a 1-shot lead with Tommy Fleetwood, the only one left on the course who can catch him. And then he does. He ties him on 16 or 17. So all he has to do is make birdie on 18, and everybody birdies 18. It's an easy par 5. And it's like, well, damn it. Tommy Fleetwood. He gets up. Hits not a great tee shot.
Tommy Fleetwood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hits a dreadful second shot. So it's like, yes, makes par, doesn't make birdie, so they go to the playoffs. So then Tommy Fleetwood looks horrible again, so it looks like Nick's going to win on the first playoff hole. Tommy Fleetwood makes an amazing save.
So it's just Tommy and Nick now.
That's it, because it was like a playoff. So it's just the 2 of you.
Just the 2 of them.
You're going to go play a hole. Whichever one wins the hole wins the tournament.
Okay.
Looks like Nick's going to win. Nope. Plays it well, makes birdie. Fleetwood makes this ridiculously great save shot and then rolls in this incredibly 25-foot birdie putt. So now Nick's got to make his 8-footer or he loses. It looked like there's no way.
So it's hole by hole.
Hole by hole.
Okay.
And it's 18 again.
Okay.
To go back and play that one, they both make their putts. I am 60 years old. I take cholesterol medicine. I can't take this. They go back, they do it again. This time they both kind of poop the bed, and they both make par. Then they go. Then they play number 9. I lost track of why that was. I thought it's going to take them forever to get to the green again. I can't watch. I don't want to find out if somebody hits it in the water. So then they both make par on 9. So then they show up, and Tommy Fleetwood then on 18.
So they've done. This will be their fourth playoff hole.
Right.
Okay.
Tommy Fleetwood hits it into the grandstands. like into the people who are elevated above the green.
Yeah.
Like you should be disqualified at this point. Like you didn't even land on the grass. But because it's a local rule, he gets to drop, no penalty, because the grandstands are there. In a normal round of golf, there's no grandstands. There should be. There's people watching me.
All the time.
But there aren't.
Yes.
However, he would have been in the parking lot at the grandstand. So he gets an incredible drop, but is unable to, so he hits it about 12 or 13 feet from the hole. Well, Nick Taylor gets on in 2. So now he's got an eagle putt, and he's just hoping to get down in 2 and then have Tommy Fleetwood not make his putt. Well, doesn't he roll it in from 72 feet, and it's over in the 4 playoff holes. 90 seconds later, Adam Hadwin gets tackled by security because the security doesn't know he's on there to celebrate, thinking he's a fan. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is an historic RBC Canadian Open.
Well, and I saw a post yesterday. This is how I knew, because I wasn't watching it, I'll admit. But I do have to find it, because when I saw it, I thought, wow, okay, this is awesome. Not only is it awesome that a Canadian has now won it, because we talked about that last week. About
69 years.
I know, you
Pat
were exaggerating.
Fletcher. No, I wasn't.
I thought you were exaggerating.
Which is crazy. I never do that.
Where is it? Okay, maybe it wasn't him who posted it. Hang on, I got to find this. I thought you were exaggerating. I didn't realize it had been that long since a Canadian had won it. So that in itself was huge.
1954.
But then I see this post from a friend online, because, of course, social media exploded.
Yeah, it was great.
That's how you win a golf tournament. Congrats, Nick Taylor. What a putt. Oh, Canada. So not only is it a way to win a golf tournament, but a Canadian golf tournament, because what you've just described, all I could think of was hockey. Like that to me.
Yeah, that's the way.
And not to make it a hockey thing, but that to me, that is the way a Canadian would win.
Absolutely.
A golf tournament. We can't just win the tournament. We have to go into overtime.
Yeah.
We have to play. We have to do a playoffs. We have to do sudden death.
72 feet in the rain.
Yes.
It was drizzling. Oh, and did I mention they've checked the stats in his entire professional golf career in tournaments on the PGA Tour, Nick Taylor has never made a putt that long.
No.
So it's not like, once he made one from 93 for what? No. So it's the longest putt he's ever made in the rain to win the Canadian Open. Bang! Nobody's won a Canadian Open who's Canadian 69 years.
Yeah.
And I feel
like it just everything just came together. It was like the stars aligned, and everything. And again, it couldn't just be 18 rounds on Sunday to determine
18 holes,
It's got to be, holes.
Got to go overtime.
It's got to go
Extra
into
holes.
sudden death.
Yeah.
It's got to come down to the wire.
Yeah.
There can't be a clear-cut winner here. It's got to be neck and neck right to the end, and it's got to happen after 69 years.
Because the last time that happened, Mike Weir was in extra playoffs.
Don't even bring that up.
With Vijay Singh, right?
Yeah.
And I thought of that when Nick Taylor walked off the green after 18, hoping it'd be a playoff, because at that point I said Tommy Fleetwood, who is generally, by the way, this is the only way it could have been better. Tommy Fleetwood is generally one of the nicest guys in the entire planet.
Where's he from?
England. He's
British.
British.
I did know that. Yes.
It might be Scottish, but I'm pretty sure but he's British. About the nicest guy. And he had some of the classiest comments on social media afterwards for Nick, that he did this historic win in front of his country. And I couldn't have been happier to be by your side. I'm like, holy smoke. Yeah. So the only way it would have been better is if the person Nick was playing was a jerk.
An American?
Like a Patrick Reed or somebody that nobody likes. So it was almost difficult to be happy that Tommy Fleetwood hit it into the grandstands.
Because what you just said about Fleetwood's reaction to it afterwards, that to me almost makes it better. Because it's like, this guy was even rooting for him. He was even, yes, he wants to win it himself, but to everything else that kind of played into it, you can't be a jerk, because it was just so good.
I don't know. See,
it was Canadian. It was just a Canadian tournament.
But every great hero
needs a villain. I realize that. But Liv can be the villain.
But not in my world.
Liv can be the villain going into this.
However, now I got to cheer for Tommy Fleetwood in the British Open.
But that's it.
Go win yours.
He doesn't lose.
No,
he doesn't lose.
He didn't lose.
He didn't lose at all yesterday. Because now look, people know who he is, and because of the way he behaved, people love him too.
And it was so. There's your Lou Marsh Canadian Athlete of the Year, Brooke Henderson. She had a great post yesterday congratulating him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, Canada's
Again,
other greatest
Canadian.
golfer. But I just want to go back to Mike Weir just for a second, because when he walked off the green after 18, and Mike Weir is going to be the President's Trophy captain for sort of the PGA Tour guys of North America, of the world. It's going to be the Americans against the world. Mike Weir is the captain for the world guys outside the United States. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Good for him.
He beat Tiger Woods when they met when the tournament was played in Montreal. The look on Mike's face, and this is going to sound very uncharitable, and Mike, if you're listening, I need to tell you this. I love you, man. I think you're great. But that look on his face, I wondered if it wasn't a little, see, jealousy's a little strong.
No, but there was some sadness there. I know what you mean, because I saw it too.
I wanted this, and now you might have, and I'm happy for you, but I just, the pained look on my face was Mike remembering, I've been here, and I hope you don't have to go through what I went through, because right now I'm re-experiencing it.
That's
was like
what
a
it was.
Trigger.
That's what it was. When I saw his face, all I could see was he's reliving his moment. Yes, he's happy for him, and he did a good job trying to hide it. There was a bit of a smile there.
Yeah.
But all I saw when I looked at him was he's back in that time where he could have won it.
Yeah.
And my heart kind of felt for him a little bit.
Yeah. Because here's the thing about Mike Weir, and kudos to Nick Taylor and everything. So much of the Canadian golf world now, Adam Hadwin, Mackenzie Hughes, Corey Connors, Graham Dillette, all these guys owe Mike Weir a debt, because he didn't just win the Masters. He didn't just win a number of PGA Tour events. He won during Tiger's dominance. So it's not just that he was one of many. He was one of few.
Yes.
Very few who could go toe-to-toe with Tiger in these tournaments and pound for pound, hold his own and win.
Yep.
And put the whole country on his back and create a pipeline now of young players that wanted to go out. And these guys will look to Mike Weir and say, yeah, you might very well be the reason why I decided to play golf, including Brooke Henderson.
Yeah.
And so to have him there and win it, tremendous. So Mike Weir, we all owe you a debt of gratitude for what you've done for Canadian golf.
Yes, but it would have been hard for him.
Yeah,
there's no question.
Would have been, but then I think he got over it, because when they interviewed him, it was gone. But I think that minute walking off the green, he must have remembered walking off the green.
Well, watching it, I imagine watching it is what really triggered it. And you'd be crazy to think it wouldn't. But then you brought up this morning as well, and I wasn't aware of this, and I can't stop watching this. The 90 seconds after.
Oh yeah.
Where after Nick Taylor makes his putt, everybody's congratulating him, of course. Yeah. And then out of nowhere, this guy comes running onto the green with a bottle of champagne, ready to spray him, and gets tackled. And who is it?
It's Canadian PGA Tour player number 75 in the world, Adam Hadwin. Yes. And he's there with Mackenzie Hughes and Corey Connors and Mike Weir and Graham Dillette and all these great Canadian golfers on the tour running out to give him a hug. Security guard doesn't realize that that's Adam Hadwin and takes him out like a linebacker.
Flattens him.
Done. And drags him. Doesn't just knock him down, because Hadwin's trying to. His wife posted, look at how well he's defending the champagne bottle. He's not his wife's getting in on the lampooning of her husband. So he said, like, it took a lot of balance so that he didn't spill anymore, as this guy is trying to take him to the ground like he's running onto the outfield in a Major League Baseball game. Didn't realize, he thought it was just a fan. And in typical Canadian fashion, after some 10, 15, 20 seconds, it would have seemed like an eternity, the security guard apologized to Adam for tackling him, and Adam apologized for not letting him know who he was and forcing him to tackle. So they're both apologizing to each other.
Oh, yeah,
on
and he's helping him
soil.
up. The security guard then helps him up, gives him a pat on the back, and they're talking and apologizing to each other, but it was just... Oh my gosh. Like, this is something I expect to see down south, not here, because even as caddy, and it's funny, if you watch the news footage of Nick Taylor shortly after, so there's the news crews wanting to interview him, and they've seen it all take place, but his caddy actually runs over to Adam as well to try and get the security guard. Like, you can see the look on the caddy's face going, what the hell? And runs over and tries to help the guy. Like, not that he because he recognized him. It's like, no. Like, he's one of us. Like,
clean up aisle 3.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty
then-
funny. It's up on our socials anyway. You can laugh at it
And
too.
then Justin Thomas, one of the top 5 golfers in the world
Yes.
PGA Tour, tweets out, I need the footage of the security guy taking
Tackling
out
Adam.
Adam Hadwin. So they provided, and it's like, oh my God, this will never go away.
Hadwin wasn't the one that spoke up against Rory this week, was it? Who was that?
No, that guy's name was
Or last
Graham
week?
Murray. He was
That's
an
who it was.
American
Okay.
golfer.
So it wasn't a Canadian that
No, it wasn't.
stirred that
no,
up. Okay.
Canadian wouldn't have done
Well,
that.
no, I know. We would have kept our mouth shut.
Kept
So
him back.
just
We would just apologize and said thank you.
be like, well, that's the way it goes.
And then held the door. And then brought maple syrup. So what a wonderful, wonderful thing. So that was just great.
It's pretty exciting.
Pretty
yeah.
exciting. The next major golf tournament now is the
Ladies golf tournament for
VIQ,
volunteer information quitting.
starring Charity Brown, the official starter.
No.
She's the celebrity in our group.
I would say that day is about you. Even though it's a ladies tournament, Mark will be golfing and handing out prizes that day by request,
Yeah.
and the only male on the golf course.
It's
Mark and his women.
just
Mark
like
and his
I'm
ladies.
It's just like I'm a prop. You know, and I'm not sure I appreciate it.
That day, yeah.
But anyway, I've circled
Pretty
it on
much.
my calendar, so that's always a good time. So I think what happens, if I remember correctly, and by all means we'll find out because we're going
It's
to
been
have
years
Tracy
since I've been in
Davis.
this tournament too. So
Yeah, so you'll be drawing like names for prizes, and then I deliver
you
them.
hand them out.
That's just the best.
That's quite all right.
was
Let the
outside.
ladies have their fun.
Yeah,
I get you every morning. They deserve some time with you, Mark, and they can have it.
Yeah, by all means, please. Don't get all handsy, ladies.
Whatever.
Drink it
He
in.
loves it.
Drink it
Loves
all in.
So that's coming up. We're going to talk to Tracy Legault Davis
Have her
actually
on.
later this week.
Later on this week.
And get all the details.
A number of other golf tournaments coming up, too, to raise
Yeah.
money, for example, for our friends with Hospice Quinty.
Yes.
We're going to have
Talk
them on
to
the
JD
podcast.
this week as well. Yeah.
And the golf guy, Jody Jenkins, because Endless Summer is going to be coming up with a long drive championship going on. Now, the tournament that precedes it is already sold out, but you can get tickets for
The show.
The Abrams, I believe, are going to be
Play that night,
playing
yes.
that night. And so more about that with Jody Jenkins coming up in the podcast and on the show later this week. Tomorrow, Heroes in the Sky, we are dubbing it. There's going to be an amazing event up above CFB Trenton we want to tell you about now so you can be ready tomorrow afternoon.
Corporal Etienne Brassard joins us. He is going to be jumping out of a plane. And wait until you hear how many times he has jumped out of a plane.
Nice to meet you.
Good morning, Corporal.
Good
How are
morning.
you? Just so that we have full context, you have actually jumped out of 800 properly operating airplanes.
Yeah, that's correct.
Willingly, as part of your job, get me out of here.
Okay, why?
Why? Because that's the part of our job. To
Yeah.
represent the Canadian Forces. We'll
Was-
say it like that, and that's my passion to do that. as
Passion.
well.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
when
it's a
did
passion.
you know that?
All right.
How old were you when you said, I want to jump out of airplanes?
I was 16 years old. I did my first jump ever, and I am 25 years old. So it's been 10 years I'm doing that, and doing that with the Canadian Forces as well.
Yeah, and
Wow.
it's tremendous work, and we owe you a debt of gratitude. But now, is it anything? Does it still feel exciting, or is it just like going for a drive?
Just going to work.
Yeah, exactly. It's always exciting to do that. Like I said, it's my passion. So doing that with to represent the Canadian Forces and to do it all over the world, the Canadian country and the U.S., it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so I guess if you're landing in different places,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
like the same. Exactly. Corporal Etienne Brassard joins us today. You're going to be busy with a number of others up in the sky tomorrow. Tell us about it.
So we're going to jump at the new National Air Force Museum of Canada tomorrow, June 13 at 1 p.m. And we'll do 5 passes in the sky. So we'll see the smokes, all the colors of the Canadian parachute, different formations. Like my formation is the tri-by-side, the 3 canopy side-by-side. We do like a nuclear sign in the air. It's really exciting show. We cannot wait to see us there.
Now, you say you've been doing this for 10 years. How long?
Yeah.
You've been jumping for 10 years. What's the training like?
So for the training, it's my 3rd year for me. I did the 2017, 18, and this year. The training is you need a minimum of 50 jumps to join the team. And then we go in California to do over 100 jumps and with the best coach in the world during 5 weeks. And after that, we well trained to start the show and show like what the Canadian Forces can do in the country.
Mm-hmm. And
incredible.
What a show you're going to put on tomorrow. Now, from the time you leave the airplane until you land, because I know so much of it is floating and you have smoke and these sort of things, how long will you be in the air?
It's about, the show is about like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But personal, like when I get out of the plane, it's about 5 minutes until I touch the ground.
Wow.
And how high will you be when you decide that this plane is enough for you?
We jump at 6,000 feet for a normal show, and we can jump on as low as 4,000 feet until, it depends on the weather.
Right.
Now, do you have a favorite spot you'd like to jump?
Jumping on the beach and on the west coast of the country, it's pretty amazing because of the landscape.
Yeah.
And jumping on the beach by the water is always exciting.
Wow.
Is there a spot you've yet to jump where you kind of have to say that's one place I do want to go anywhere?
Yeah, maybe jump in the water. I know last year some people jump in the water. I never did that, so it might be a good experience to try it.
Yeah. But I mean,
that would be very different landing in water than on land.
Oh, yeah. We're trained to do that as well. So.
Okay.
Just in case, or some sort of rescue. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
That's fabulous.
Have you ever been in, I don't want to say dangerous because it's dangerous anyway to jump out of a plane, but have you had close calls before?
It's already happened to me, but we're well trained to react to the emergency. So every morning we do like the emergency procedures. So we're always on point to what to do in the different situation.
Wow.
Heroes in the Sky going tomorrow over CFB Trenton and the National Air Force Museum of Canada. The show will begin at 1 o'clock. Everybody is invited to come out and enjoy the spectacle. Cpl Etienne Brassard, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck with your jump tomorrow, number 801.
Thank you very much. So you can see, go watch the show, like you said, and go see us on Facebook and Twitter page on the internet, Skyhawks Canada.
Get there early, like, I don't know, 11:30. Bring a lawn chair. It'll be all over above you, no matter where you are if you're around CFB Trenton, but they'll be landing pert near the National Air Force Museum in celebration of that for their demonstration tomorrow. Once again, the show is going to begin at 1. I don't know what time they'll be jumping.
Yes, these are the Skyhawks who travel. And as you heard Corporal Brassard say, they travel everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
I was looking on their Facebook page just this weekend. They were in Barrie, as well as I want to say it wasn't Aurelia, but up around Muskoka, up around the cottage country. But they were just in Barrie this weekend, and it's an incredible show.
I mean, cottage country must be gorgeous to jump in Muskoka.
Well, that's why I asked him. There's got to be, it would be, but you got to think if he's jumped all over North America, and Lord only knows if he's been over to Europe and other places, the terrain would be so, like he said, the West Coast. Yeah, that would be spectacular. You've got the mountains and the ocean and who knows what else. But even through California, where they did some of their training for this, that would be spectacular.
Like, I wonder if jumping over the desert's hard. Because it just looks the same. Like, can you see the ground?
Because of the
you need the lack of elevation change in your eyes. Like, where's the
your
ground?
depth perception? Do you know if you're in a gully, like in one of the valleys, or is there a mountain coming up on you? It would be very difficult.
Now, how high were you when you jumped?
Oh, good question.
How high were you?
We weren't as high. Yeah, we weren't as high as 6,000.
Okay.
I want to say 4,700. Yeah,
feet?
between 4,700 and 5,000.
So from there, other than the fact that you just jumped, get a pretty good feel of where the ground is from there?
No.
No, you don't.
Because as he said, it takes him 5 minutes. Like you're falling, and you forget how fast you are, like how fast you're dropping.
Do you lose track of how fast?
Yes,
They're
absolutely.
called terminal velocity.
Because you fall when we jump, because I jumped tandem, we must have been falling for, I want to say we free fell maybe 10 seconds. It felt like a friggin' eternity.
I bet.
Like it really did.
Parachute.
Exactly. It's like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of coast, and it doesn't, I was a lot higher than I thought I was.
Okay. Yeah.
Even though I wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the ground, and then all of a sudden the ground's there.
Yeah.
So
See, now
you would get used to it.
What the Skyhawks are going to do, of course, is they're going to have the Canadian parachutes, and then they have like flares in their hands, right, so that they can make
and flags.
Yeah, so they're intentionally not dropping just to get to the ground.
No, exactly.
They are going to float, but they're going to be in the air about 5 minutes, which must seem like an eternity to them, because the strength you need to maintain balance with a parachute isn't an easy thing. It's like anything
balance,
else.
direction. You have
battling wind.
You have targets. Like you have a specific spot you have to land. It's not like, oh, we'll just go where the wind takes us.
And then we'll land and somebody will come get us. I mean, maybe that's how you and I would do it as recreational
If I was by myself,
jumpers.
probably, yes.
Yeah. I was in a hot air balloon. That's the closest I've come to having to land.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So I mean, I was never falling, but it's just me in a basket up. I don't know. Was I 1,000 feet? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
See,
even
you don't.
know. Yeah, landing in a farmer's field, and the car has to go ask permission
To
we
come
have a
and
hot
get
air
you.
balloon.
Yep.
No, to pull into say, can we land in your field? So they got to zip ahead, and if they say
be
no,
there.
well, keep going, neighbor. But virtually all of them say yes.
Yes.
If you have a farmer's field, of course. If you've got a hot air balloon and you need to land, absolutely, in you go.
I
It's
might.
just dirt.
I'm kind of toying around with the idea of pulling my kids out of school tomorrow.
Just to see it? It's
Just to go
remarkable.
watch
It is
it.
so good, everybody.
Why
go
not?
watch it.
It's June. Are they doing anything in class anyway? We got that email actually on Friday.
That we refuse to do anything in class anyway email?
The one that this is what's coming up this month.
Oh,
and
great,
it's like
great.
track and field trips,
Yeah.
like fun days.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you guys aren't doing anything, and I can't blame them. So it's kind of like, oh, well, this would be something fun for them to do. Maybe I'll go pick them up at lunch and we'll come down and watch it.
Spirit Day. I just remembered. I wish I'd remembered on the show.
Oh, no.
I'm mad
Who
at
had the
myself.
Spirit Day?
Spirit Day, it's Central Hastings.
Okay, we'll talk
and
about it tomorrow.
I'm not sure because I tweeted back to them because I tweeted out, it's soccer moms versus barbecue dads. So I don't know if, the girls have to dress up as if they were a soccer mom, and the guys.
This is
have
what
to
they sent you, or
no,
this was.
I just saw it on Twitter, and I sent
this
back
was
to
their
them,
day?
and I
Oh.
said, "Are there like real teams? Because I want to talk to the captains on the show." But they didn't get back to me, so I don't know. So I don't know if all the guys had to dress up as if they were barbecuing, and all the young ladies.
Well,
I'm not sure.
We should contact Principal Barry maybe and
Yeah.
see what's coming up over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, that's in Frankfurt, though. This was in Center Hastings, right? Center Hastings High School. So, but anyway,
No, I
it
know,
was
but
fun.
that's kind of our connection
Our
too.
go-to.
Yeah, our go-to. She's always
She
very.
doesn't want to hear from us.
She's always
anyways.
very thrilled to talk to us.
She just wants to retire and be done.
Okay, well, we
Yeah.
got to talk to her about that.
Okay.
But yeah, I expect that over the next couple of weeks, more stuff like that, where
Yeah,
teams,
lots
soccer
more.
moms, and barbecue dads, and
Whatever you got, let us know, everybody.
Yeah, like the last week, and they're out on the Wednesday. I thought, and I'm glad I got this because I thought the last day of school was the Thursday.
So did I. It's Wednesday.
For their school board, I'll double check Hastings Prince Edward, but
Okay.
last day of school is Wednesday, June 28th. So that means literally 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks this Wednesday.
And next
of classes.
Wednesday's first day of summer for those of you that love equinoxes.
Yes, I know.
So it's there it is.
And
So we're
exams
here.
and
Longest day is coming up. And
everything.
It's good
It's
stuff
coming.
this week. It's an exciting week. It
And let's
is.
not forget Father's Day. Don't forget to enter your dad into a barbecue this weekend.
That's right.
With our Fire Up Father's Day contest. Get in there, 955hitsfm.ca.
All good stuff. You're going to find that. So good luck with that on our website. Enjoy your day today. More with the Skyhawks tomorrow when you wake up with Mark and Charity Mornings.